Um, Mad Ills, what? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do? What's your?
Well,
Um,
I know all about Matt Ills already.
Well, yeah, but we don't. I know some.
But yes, other people do not. So Matt Ills, like Pestilence said, tell us about you.
um, I'm probably most known for starting Grind Time Now, which was the first battle league, first global battle league movement. Um, that all the battle leagues are modeled after. We were the first to be brought into the United Nations and work under the Music is a Natural Resource project, which brought Grind Time Now into Johannesburg, South Africa, and Australia and Sydney, Australia as well. And we had deals with pretty much every major um, TV cable company was trying to get us. We were in every festival, every magazine, every publication covered us. We worked a lot with YouTube studios. We were one of the first to work with augmented reality. Um, After I sold Grind Time, I just started getting into like marketing and stuff like that. I now tour with a freestyle group called Freedaps. We tour all over the world doing military bases, NBA halftime shows, and colleges. We do a freestyle improv show, as well as we have monthlies in New York, Florida, and I think they're doing something in like Texas or something. But yeah, man, like ever since Grind Time, ever since creating that, I mean, I was a battle rapper myself, battled at Scribble Jam back in the day. Um, Nowadays, I still make music. I'm signed to a label. I got two Grammy considerations the past year. I've been writing like R&B and indie rock type music. So I freestyle, rap, I write music, I throw events. I just recently started my own nonprofit organization where we're looking to raise $26 million so we can give 1,000 artists $2,000 a month for the period of a year. And that includes what it would take to also provide them with a year's worth of financial literacy courses and mental health courses. So it's something that I started here in Orlando, and I'm trying to build it out and create a global network like I did with Grind Time. So that's what pretty much in a nutshell what I've done. But I just turned 40 March 8th. I've been doing this shit since I was 15 years old. So I'm here.
Well, happy belated, and that's a hell of a resume, my dude.
Thank you.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, me and I don't know if you remember. You remember our battle at Scribble?
I don't remember our battle at
Wait,
Scribble.
y'all
That's the
battled each
thing.
other?
Ooh!
Y'all battled
Yeah.
each other?
Yeah, we did.
Oh shit.
It was, you know what it was? It was we both
That's
had
dope.
to enter the prelims that year, and we both battled in the prelims, and we battled each other at the final of the prelims, and then we both were in the main battle after that. I didn't battle you in the main battle, but we battled at the end of the prelims, and um it was weird because we had already known each other prior to that. So like we were already talking
Was
about
that the year that I won the prelims?
yeah, that was the year. Because yeah,
Oh, you were the last
and
boss.
we battled in the finals.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
That
That's
answers
super
my
dope.
question, but that is dope as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was the year that I kind of had like a fire lit under me because the years prior, I I like at Scribble Jam, there's a 32-man prelim battle, and then the very next day, they only take like the top few people and they put them in another 32-man main stage battle. Um, you have to submit a tape and they have to choose you, so it's very hard to get in the Scribble Jam. Well, I did it the first year. I did well. people were like knowing who I was going back. And then that was the year that they had told me like, hey, you have to resubmit. You have to go through the prelims instead of skipping the prelims and going to the main stage like all the other known artists get to do. So that year I was fucking pissed. And I was just I was fucking just going through cats. And that was actually I battled Tut, this dude named Tut, in the prelims, and I whooped his ass. And then on the main stage, right, I think I made it down to the final 4 or final 8. I had to battle Tut again, and he used the same punchlines. I was so pissed, and I didn't use any of the same ones, and I definitely lost to him. But yeah, that was a funny year, man. That's crazy that we battled each other.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's I think in the main battle I lost to I think that's I think I battled Cyanide. It's fucked up because I battled you and I knew you and we're talking about making music, and then I battled Cyanide in the main battle because I won the first round of the main battle. I'd be like the Colorado champion because that's when they did like different locations and brought champions from different locations or whatever.
Yeah, I had one in Tampa.
And then and then I ended up battling the Colorado champion. I beat him, and then I think I lost in the second round to Cyanide because it was weird battling him because we always cipher on Yahoo chat is what we used to do. So it's just like I know you, like I've beat you on
Yo,
Yahoo
that's a date
chat,
and
bro.
time right there, yo.
So
Yahoo chat, that's a date, that's a
so
time.
we were battling in that shit, and then he
Was he also in World Rap Championships?
he did a couple one-offs. Wait, did
Okay.
he do wait?
Because
No,
I don't
he
remember
was in the
battling.
He was in the 2-on-2. He was
Oh,
in
he
it.
was in the New York division, but he didn't make it out.
Yeah.
He didn't make it to the finals
Yeah.
with me and Parable and them. The New York people was Frankie Waps and Jay's Juice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So are you still involved in any kind of battle scenes? Do you do anything with battles yet, or are you mostly on the improv freestyle circuit?
Yeah, I just songwriting and freestyle improv. People reach out to me to try to book me for battles, but I'm not in that headspace. I don't, and like, I feel like the value of where a lot of people are like trying to take battle rap is just not, it's not adding to the culture. Like, I feel like in this state, you shouldn't be having battle leagues. You can literally book somebody that you want to battle and put it up on your own social media, take out ads, even take out ads against famous battles that are playing and rack up views and end up being more valuable than the actual battle leagues themselves. So like, I think there's a lot of like delusional shit going on with the battle rap scene. Not just battle rap, with everything, just because social media pushes you to put your best life forward, and a lot of cats are like struggling and mentally ill, and like because of the pandemic, the psychological effects from that, like that shit is real. And I feel like just with where battle rap has gone, I personally see it in my own city. It's not, this is not leaving people in a good headspace. Like, it's just not. Like, there's people thinking that they're celebrities and they got like 30 followers. So it's like, yo, what's wrong? What's wrong with this picture? Like, who, like, a lot of stuff is subjective, but there's got to be a point where you have to be like, hey, man, this is about skill. Like, this ain't fake shit. Like, this is like, everybody's trying to be each other's buddy, but battle rap, everyone's trying to be each other's buddy and then stab them in the back for views. Like, people do dirty things to people just for views. And that's not what we did with battle rap. Like, we were in the United Nations. Music is a natural resource, like building urban environments. Like,
real quick, I want to touch on something. You said since the pandemic. Do you think it is since the pandemic, or you think? I think it was before that, like at least 4 years before that when this started to happen. What you're talking about?
Yes, I do feel that. But what the pandemic has done, there was a study done on it, and the psychological effects it has had on human beings. It'll take them a period of 5 to 8 years to cycle out of what the pandemic caused for them. So
I definitely believe that.
Yeah, a lot of people are just kind of in a different tune right now in society. So I really feel like, hey man, these events were used when we were blowing them up to have them be all inclusive and people can join in together. And now it's become I need to act a certain way and be fake to be accepted in this audience, in this crowd. I don't feel like it's anymore a, hey, everybody come over here and watch this. Like, people are trying to put on too much of the tough shit. They're trying to put like there's an intelligent way at going about it. Like, when Conceited first came up, he's got gun bars, but like, he's very intelligent with how he delivers himself and his character. That's why he's a mainstay in media. Like, it works. Like, he got it. He understood it. There's people that understand it. Then there's people that like, they do like really ignorant things. Like, when people are getting on pay-per-view stages, like when what's his name? He came out of Grind Time. He tattooed his face. Daylight. When Daylight was like doing his antics and taking off his clothes and pretend shitting on stages. Well, like, what people don't realize is like, all of the little battle rappers overseas that were copying what we were doing, they started doing that shit. They thought that was the shit to do. Like, that Daylight was miles ahead of many of the MCs around him just by his skills alone. And he's another very intelligent guy who worked for like a film studio. So he was able to do special effects and like dress up and shit like that. Like, he had access to things like that. It was kind of masterful in how he did it, but then ignorant at the same time, where it's like, dog, like, there's certain places where like that shit you don't do it when you make it to a major stage and like shit on everything. Like, you just don't do that. And I feel like it was because that's when it really started. When you have to tattoo your face to stand out, when you have to dress crazy just to stand out, like, that's when it becomes more of a, this is not about skill anymore. This is about, just like we were talking about boxing, like, and I feel like, hey man, like, we're in a cycle, and this cycle let us bring battle rap back, and it fucking flourished. There's battle rap leagues everywhere. There's multiple leagues in every friggin' state, like, it's dope. Like, if you like battle rap, there's plenty of it out there. Like, I grew up loving battle rap, and that's why I put my heart and soul into it. And so I don't feel any bad way about it, but like, I feel like, hey, the work that I did for it to bring it to where it's at, I'm happy. Like, I did my part for my culture. Like, I want to try to go and affect more people than just battle rappers. Now I want to try to help out artists. I want to try to, contribute to the workforce housing crisis that's going on. Like, we're trying to help people like in a whole other way, to where it's like, if this catches on,
talk about that.
Grind Time,
battle rap, talk about that. What are you talking about with that? What's that about?
So like, what I want to do is, especially in Orlando, and this is happening all over the place, there is a housing crisis. The rent is going up in places. People can't find a place to live. There's a lot of homeless people everywhere. What's happening in Orlando is, to the rest of the country, Orlando is a cheap place to move to. But to the people that live in Orlando, the pay rate isn't going up with the prices, and our prices are skyrocketing, and they're too high for our pay wages out here. So there's starting to be a lot more homeless. Now, from the pandemic, Tallahassee, our capital, they cut funding to the workforce housing crisis in Central Florida. So we don't get funding from the state. It's just our local government that's trying to help out. And then there's a United Arts, they try to help out, but it's a real problem out here and nobody's been able to solve it. So I came along and said, well, I don't know how to solve it abroad, but because I've spent so much time in the arts, I know how to be able to try to help artistic people. And there's a correlation between a thriving economy and a thriving artistic community. Orlando, Florida happens to be ranked the *2 behind San Francisco, most creative city in the United States. That's based on how many arts and crafts stores are in like 100 square mile, like 100-mile radius from the city. Yeah. And so what I want to do, is what I want to do is target artists. Now, artists could be chefs, engineers, they could be painters, glass blowers, rappers, singers. So there's a wide variety of them, but they're also in the workforce and they're struggling. So I thought, hey, what is it that I could try to provide people at a base level that would help them out? So I was like, man, I think $2,000 a month for the period of an entire year, that would help you out. If you just got an extra $2K a month, that'll help you at least put it towards something creative. Like, just be a creative. Like, you don't get to be on this program for multiple years. You get to be on it just for 1 year.
Even
you get
$1K
$2,000 a month. What's that? Yeah. So
even one, yeah. But I know what you're saying in terms of
so
economy now. 2,000 makes more sense.
Yeah. So that ends up being 24 million, and then there's like 2 million on the two parts. One is the financial literacy. So we would team up with a bank, like a local bank out here, to provide financial literacy courses. Also, we would rope them in with our tax guy. We'd rope them in with our business plan guy to like help you out creatively with your business, with your accounts. Like, a lot of people don't know how to do a lot of that stuff still. So this program will help you. It's a year long. They basically hold your hand through it and make sure, like, hey, this $2,000 being deposited, you're using it for your craft, like, you're being monitored. It's a program. We're trying to help you out and put you in a better place, because then after a year, you don't get that. You still have the bank account, you still have access to our tools, but you're not actually getting the funds anymore. Now you're part of the family and you're in the system and how we're pushing it. The other one is the mental health counseling. So that would just be a schedule that you would be on, whether it be monthly, it just depends. Like, you would be interviewed by an actual health counselor, like that lasts for a year. And I want to be able to provide that for free. And the only thing that you would have to do is sign up through our program. Our program would have its own social media site that we're building out. And we're trying to raise awareness by holding different types of events and festivals and reaching out to people. So recently, we have MC Supernatural, who's the father of freestyle rap. He's actually moving to Orlando, and he's going to be our spokesperson and be the first person that we try to raise money for to put through this program, so he can show everybody, look, this is how this program is. This is how it helps you out. This is what I get to go and do. And he's going to be living here in Orlando and working with us. I think it's very important, like, because a lot of the older hip hop heads that are legendary are retiring or just getting older, and want to move someplace and buy a house and it be affordable or get out the city, like, dog, they come to Orlando. MC Search is down here. Thurston
Yeah.
Howell the Third is down here. Wordsworth is down here. Supernatural is going to be down here. Like, everybody's down here, man.
I didn't know Wordsworth moved down there.
Yeah, he's down here. He lives in Fort Lauderdale, like 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So it's only gonna continue to do that. So we're at a place now where, hey, if I can grow this, the plan would be to have it be just like Grind Time, where, look, if you copy this, if you say, man, this is the move, I want to do this, I want to do this shit in my city, or you don't, that's how the battle rap shit was. It was like, I want to do my own battle rap league. And if you want to do that with this idea, then we're going to save the world, because the more cities that we can do this in, the more that we can help it. And we're trying to help out 1,000 people at a time, just 1,000. The more that we can get help, I think the better our economy would be, especially when our state cut funding to us and no other plan is working. My plan isn't to keep you on a system and just leave you there broke. My plan is to actually help you with what you need. You need money, you need mental, and you need the ability to use those tools and put them into play, and someone to be able to help you. And you get that for a whole entire year. So the company that I started is called the Mommy Collective, and that stands for the Mind of MADD Illz.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much what I'm focusing on. Like 99% of my time is on that, and then the rest of the stuff is on music.
That's
Nice.
fresh, man.
Dope.
How do you submit stuff to be considered for Grammy? Because you have, you said you had 2 joints, right, that were considered for.
Yeah. For the past 2 years, I got Grammy considered for a song called Toxic Love and a song called In My Room. I signed to a label who has distribution through Sony Orchard. Every year, the distributor puts out a compilation, and they choose what songs they want on there from all of the labels that are under them that they give the distribution to. And for the past 2 years, they picked 2 of my songs, and that compilation went in for Grammy consideration. So that's the very first step, is to get picked by the distributor. Like, hey, this project could have some wings. Let's submit it and see that. Now it's a voting process. Is everybody who has the ability to vote that's on the Grammy board, E-Turn, there's a lot of people that we know, MCs that are like on that, and they can explain the voting process. But it goes into a voting process, and then that's where they come up with the Grammy nominations. So I'm one step for the past 2 years away from a Grammy nomination. But the ones that get nominated are like big projects. So I don't know, like, these people, man, they've been doing this for years, man. Like, people group up and vote together type shit. So I don't know who controls what with the Grammys.
Yeah.
It would be nice though to, oh shit, this man got a Grammy and it's not for a rap song.
Right.
And some of the newer people that I meet or come across now, they're like, "Oh man, you rap? I didn't know you rap." I'm like, man, these rappers don't know that I sing.
That's funny.
One of the first joints I ever saw you perform live is it was in Cincinnati, and it was at one of the pre-party events, and it's when you did the alphabet shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you were one of the first people I ever seen do that. I know like Mac Lethal has done it now, and obviously the late Gift of Gab. But you were one of the first people I saw do that
Yeah.
live. You know what I'm saying?
I think when did let me see. I know I dropped mine. So when did Alphabetical Slaughter?
By Gift of Gab. When did that come out?
No, yeah, when did that come out? And when did Papooses come out? 2004? Yeah, bro. I had written the ABC rap before I graduated in 2002, and I know that because I released an album right after I got out of boot camp, and I wrote a song about boot camp, and I wrote the ABCs backwards. So I have my first project that I ever put out came out right after I got out of boot camp, and then that was 2002, and then I dropped in the same year, or maybe 2003, I dropped the record with ABCs and ABCs backwards, and I was fucking killing it. Like that was my bit for a while, and then I start hearing like, oh, this guy Papoose does it. Gift of Gab. I like Gift of Gabs. I really liked that one, but everybody does a ABC joint. Cannabis has an ABC joint.
I've never wrote one personally. I've never done it. But yours is the first I ever remember. I remember because I remember seeing you do it, and I remember being like, "Oh, that's cold. That's a dope original thing for performing." Because I mean, I've seen tons of people perform, but
Yeah, yeah,
but I like when people do extra shit, like that little bit of different shit,
yeah.
like you talk about freestyle. I mean, nobody like the art of freestyling is like a lost art. Like it's dope that you do that too, because I like to always incorporate freestyle shit in every live show I do, because I don't want to ever lose it. You know what I mean? Like I always want it to be an element of when I do live shows, just like beatboxing, like I do that. So I like to incorporate that shit. And I've recently started incorporating the singing, because I've been doing hooks like probably as long as Ram's been doing hooks. Ram does R&B, and I know he's been singing for a long time too. So, but I never really
Yeah.
I
I've
never
been
really
doing
let
hooks since I've been doing music, dog.
yeah. I mean
Because I
but
had
that's
no other choice. There was no one else to do the hooks.
yeah
I mean, I'm just
but
keeping
that's
it real, dog.
but
I've been
that's
doing hooks for 26 years.
yeah, but that's the thing. I would do a lot of rapping hooks.
No, I
And
know, but what I'm
but
saying,
I
no,
would
but what I'm saying is I developed the singing part of it because there was no one else to do it, and I happened to have somewhat of a voice and kind of kept developing it. But it literally was out of necessity. I'm just want people to know, like, it wasn't like I just, I'm just saying.
yeah.
It was just you had to. Back in the day, there was no networking like that too with internet and shit. You had to do what you had.
Yeah.
And I want to reiterate. I want to reiterate that to people too. But go ahead. I'm sorry, dog. But
Oh
yeah,
no, you're
you,
right.
you just had to do the hook because you was it.
Yeah. Yeah, and no, you're right. There wasn't no early networking. Like I enjoyed how people still networked in person at Scribble, even though that was around the era of the MySpace shit. Like that was the start of like the real online network, you know what I'm saying? But I liked how at Scribble, when people were there was still in person networking going on. Now it's like none. Like it's weird how like people are in
Technology,
person
man.
with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the networking is weird now. Like in person shit to me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different. I mean, because we grew up um pre-social media. So everybody that was born mid late 90s were born into social media world. So there's a lot of fake that they're exposed to. Like we go out and actually experience that at a younger age. Like we fucking played outside. You know what I'm saying? Like we learned a lot of shit early. Like our IQs are higher because of that. But now we're spoon fed shit. So it really wears in on your social awareness, your social skills. Like you're not practicing actually meeting people in person. It's totally different than talking to them on a like. I, um, I mean, you've probably seen it go into tournaments. I for sure seen it with all the people that would ever try out for grind time. These people would fly from all over the place to come and try out, and they would be like the baddest dude where they're at. But for some reason, when the cameras turn on and the lights turn on, it's a whole different atmosphere, and these dudes completely like fall apart. So you got to get out and talk to people. But it's a double-edged sword. It's great that you're able to network and build a following without having to leave your bedroom, and at the same time, that wears down on your social skills. Like you should be able to get out and actually connect physically with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that it's another thing, and going back to like even what you were saying before with like all these battle rap leagues and stuff popping up, and like you just said it there too with like this guy could be the baddest dude in his area. One thing that I feel like has been like drastically missing from a lot of these different kind of like there's a lot of people that do reviews, there's a lot of people that do podcasts, there's a lot of people that do things like that. And it seems like there's a big gap between the amount of people that do that and the amount of people that do that and are willing to be honest for better or worse, for people's like feelings. Because ultimately, like like we do another show, me and a couple of my other music mates, where we review music and we're very honest about how we feel about it. For some stuff we really fuck with, some stuff we don't fuck with at all. And some stuff like needs work, obviously either on a writing standpoint, an engineering standpoint, or a production standpoint. But my opinion on that has always been that when I started, I had people around me that were willing to tell me what I needed to hear to get better, and willing to tell me where I needed to improve and where they thought I should potentially focus energy. And it's allowed me to continue to evolve as an artist and continue to
You battled an elite?
No, not battling, but just, I mean, becoming an artist in general, writing, performing, doing all those different things and honing the skills of the stuff that I like to do. That stuff the sword got sharper and sharper because of the people around me like Denku, the people around me like Space Case, Ram, that are willing to say, I think that's dope, or I don't really feel that. These guys are never afraid to say that they think that's dope, they think that's not dope. And it's the reason why I've been able to avoid all those weird tropes that it seems like a lot of young artists fall into.
Do y'all all live around each other?
We had at one point.
Actually,
but me and
no.
Denku still have
Let's take that back. None of us have actually lived around each other at all. I was in Madison, Danko was in Milwaukee, you was in Green Bay. We actually haven't lived around each other at all.
Oh, okay.
We have been able to meet up. But now I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, Danko's in Milwaukee,
Okay.
Now we all around, yeah.
I mean,
Louisville,
we were in the same state.
In the vicinity, but it still was a jaunt for us to get together.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it
that's
was
true.
Easy. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
We were still not, in the
you weren't
same
coming
place.
home from work and getting home an hour early and being like, "Hey, let's."
It was still a journey for us to get together. Correct. And now, you in Milwaukee, he's in Green Bay, I'm in Louisville, man. We might as well be in 3 further places. I mean, shit. Well, not y'all, for me.
Yeah.
So, no.
But yes.
Yes and no. But why did you ask that? I'm curious why you asked that, though.
Do you think that's something that's diminished with that same thing, with like the social media culture and with the people not going out there and honing social skills? Do you think that part of us as a society, the willingness to critique our friends to make them better? Do you think that has gotten worse over the years because of that? Or do you think it was always that way? You always had people gassing up people that weren't all that.
No, well, to a certain extent, yeah, it's always been that way. But it's been intensified because of technology. The less and less we use the primal instinct for survival, the more docile we'll become, and we're used to being fed things. So let's take, for example, us driving and our reaction times. It's going to slow us down once we're completely autonomous vehicles and we don't have to even worry about that. Like, just our health in general, the things that we're being fed, right? So before, advertising meant taking out commercials, everybody sees them. Now it's about taking data, mining data from you and figuring out how I can addict you to my product. So it's manipulating you in a far more intensified way. And marketing nowadays is more about manipulation and addiction than it is, hey, like, let's have something creative and put it out because it's so creative.
You know what though? I think it's always been about manipulation and addiction. And
yeah,
I think it's just in front of our face a little more.
Walks hand in hand with marketing, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's in front of our face more. I think they've always been using, as to the highest degree. I think they've always been using the same formula, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just easily in our face more, and it's easier to see now. You know what I'm saying?
It's not as clever.
I think and the scale is grander in general.
It's easier it's easier to figure out what you're going to be addicted to without even having a conversation.
Right. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. Right. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Illz, you
what
know,
were you saying, Pesto? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pesto,
I was just saying it's the same reason why like fucking Super Bowl commercials aren't as good as they used to be. They don't need to be as clever as they used to be. They don't need to fucking do something cool.
Well, yeah.
They can say this person's the most popular person in the world. Let's just get them to endorse our product. Boom.
I say they got Taylor Swift making $300 million and she did not one commercial. So, yeah.
Well, she's still been giving them the most powerful endorsements.
That's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying. They didn't have to give her shit except free box press to the game, or press box to the game. For about what?
And camera time.
8 weeks. I think it was like 8 weeks. And she made them $300 million just off her being in the fucking screen. That's crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
That is crazy.
That's, we could talk about that kind of shit all day. What other rabbit hole you want to go down? Let's go, baby. I do, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Illz, you know why I never jumped in any of those battle leagues, man, is I just like freestyle shit. Like I don't like written format battles. It's never been my thing.
I agree with that.
I
don't have a preference. I like both, to be honest.
As a fan,
I've never been a big battler myself, so as a fan, I like both.
I enjoyed the written battles that I did. But I do enjoy the freestyle battles because I had some good freestyle battles too.
What have you done more of?
Freestyle, because when I started Grind Time, it was in 2008.
Yeah, I didn't sell it for a minute.
Yeah, I didn't sell it until 2017, 2018, and I didn't actually battle written battle. I didn't actually do it until kind of like the year that I had sold it. Like the last couple of years, I was like, all right, let me jump in and try to bring some value back or whatever. And then I did some battles. I did like 3 of them.
But you were saying you prefer which one? I
like them both, but I don't know. I like them both because the feeling is the same when I'm more so addicted to the feeling of like dropping a crazy ass line on you that just destroys you. Like watching someone fall apart in front of you is the most like heartwarming feeling in the world. I love it.
That was one of the most contradictory statements I've ever heard.
When it comes to battle rap,
Watching
Bro,
someone fall to their knees
I'm not
is
even gonna lie.
comforting to my
That's
heart.
probably gonna be a clip that I make right there because that was hilarious.
Yo, you was like, yo, making someone feel their worst misery warms my heart like a warm cookie.
yeah.
It's like that's
Like whenever we would go and do the freestyle battles like at Scribble Jam, they would call all the MCs and all the MCs would have to stand at the side of the stage in the same holding area, and you see them all pacing back and forth, bunch of alpha males like going over their lines and shit. And for me, I felt like a fucking lion. I felt like, dog, I'm about to eat. Like someone's catching it. Like I'm getting my branding on right now. Someone's going to catch it here at this tournament. Like I was fortunate enough to win a bunch of tournaments that I was in, like I wasn't the dude that was always losing. Like I won a lot of my fucking battles. I never won a Scribble Jam, but I always made it to the main stage and I was always down at like top 8 and I made it top 4 one year. So I went to the World Rap Championships. Boom, we ranked number 8 in the world the first year, and I think number 6 in the world the second year, or something like that. Like, so I had fun, and I had fun battling the other dudes who are also the monsters as well. Like I battled Disaster. We had a freestyle battle outside of a festival, and we got it put on Grind Time.
I saw that.
Like. I hit him with I hit him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you hit him.
So
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for that.
nah, he was, because he had jumped in a cipher. We were ciphering for like a really famous radio station in LA at Paid Dues Festival, and this radio station was parked right outside of our tent. And when I say our tent, I mean it was a circus tent dome, and we had a big octagon inside with probably 3,000 people surrounding the ring. We had Slaughterhouse judging, Immortal Technique. We just had a whole bunch of people there. And we took a break and we went outside to the rest of the festival, and we hung around the radio station, and they wanted us to cipher. So I'm putting MCs on, and then fucking Disaster comes over and he starts going in on everybody. And then he told me, he's like, oh, this man with the backpack, something, he needs to stand back. And I was like, dog, like, don't ambush this cipher. Like, what are you, crazy? Like, nah, man. They might let you, I don't know who lets you do that over here, but like, that's why I jumped in and I fucking roasted him.
There you go.
I guess I didn't know the meaning behind that battle happening, but now I do, and it makes it even.
You said Slaughterhouse was judging. What they were judging the battle?
Yeah. If you go back,
I feel like
if
there's
you
a
look
Royce
up,
the 5'9" line about Disaster in that way. There's a Disaster line that Royce the 5'9" has, and I always wondered who he was talking about, because you could tell he's actually talking about somebody.
oh yeah,
He might be talking about
man.
him.
If you go back and you look up Paid Dues Festival Grind Time, you'll see they built the second largest fighting cage in the United States, and they shipped it to California, like Southern California, I think we went, and we had all kinds of people there, man. And the first year we had a fighting cage. The second year was just a stage, but like I hosted the whole thing. I had Kendrick Lamar on the stage. Who 3-6 Mafia. There was all kinds of people. Like it was a really, really dope festival, man. Like we did that. We did the Warp Tour, did a whole bunch of big festivals and stuff. So it was always dope.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, Danko, do you got a Buffalo Bills hat on, bro?
Yeah, I do. I shot my new video on this.
Yeah, I was just curious because I just noticed.
I
I mean, that's not every day you
Brent,
see a Buffalo Bills hat on somebody head. You know what I mean?
well, it's
Most
crazy,
of the
man.
days that you see Denko wearing a hat, it's a Buffalo Bills hat.
I mean, I wouldn't expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I like the Bills. I used to like the Bills back when Scott Norwood fucked the whole world up. You know what I mean? But
well, you remember when we went? You
I've
remember
always
when we
liked them a
went to
little bit.
Buffalo and we went to
Yeah,
the pro
yeah,
shop? That's where I
yeah.
bought this
Oh,
hat
that's
at.
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
I bought
yeah.
this hat the last time I
Right.
played Buffalo this last year when I went to the pro shop.
Yeah, word G.
Yeah, didn't you know that's Denko's fedora?
Stop it. Stop it.
pretty much. He's not lying though. That's pretty much what it is. It's a
It was the,
Bildora.
it was
Bildora.
what's the biggest battle?
Yo, you notice how he tried
that
to
you-
skip over that joke? Yo, he was really trying to skip over us clowning him. He's really
I
trying
was
to do
not.
that. Like,
I don't
motherfucker,
even care.
I'm
That's the
skipping
thing.
over all that shit.
The thing is I don't care about it. Is what it is. I don't care.
I'm just fucking with you, dog. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah,
But
proceed, Barbara Walters.
What do you think is the biggest battle that Grind Time ever put together that you were a part of creating? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you really on your fucking Larry King shit. Yo, that was good right there. Yeah.
That's tough because there was a lot of it. I didn't build cards. I built it in the beginning. I built, when we went on World Star and stuff like that, I was building those matches with Direct. When we brought Lush One came on board after we had blown up on World Star. And then it was more so we'd have meetings and I would say, hey, we need to do something in Oakland. We were targeting landmarks. So we did something in LA in front of a mural, and then we went to Mosswood Park in Oakland, and we did a battle there. That was where you had Disaster come out and battle Thesaurus. That's where Dumbfounded battled. Like it was a very historic part of Grind Time opening up the West Coast. So I'm the one that opened up all the divisions. I think collectively those were my biggest. But when it came to Disaster versus Arsenal or Conceited versus them, it was more so me saying all right, what's the date for our LA show? We need one. What's the date for our Kentucky show? What's the date for, because we had chapters everywhere. So
yeah,
I didn't build the cards out. That was the chapter president's job, and they did great jobs of it. And Poison Pen did a great job. Pumpkinhead did a great job when they were building out all the cards and stuff. Cap did a great job out here. But yeah, I can't pinpoint one particular event. The most important one was the first pay-per-view when we did the body bag season thing in New York, and we had bunch of legendary rappers there. I think Disaster battled one of the Team Hami guys. That was a very important battle for us, but I wouldn't be able to put my finger on one particular.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of battles that had happened. You had mentioned Pumpkinhead real quick. Me and Pumpkinhead were also homies. Obviously, you probably interacted with him a lot more than I did. Do you have a favorite memory or story of you and Pumpkinhead at all that you could think of?
There was a point in time, and unfortunately, the biggest news that came out of Grind Time was the way that it fell apart. And my partners tried to fucking sue me. They tried to take it from me. Lush One tried to he was taking money. I caught them. We had lawyers involved, and it ended up me being able to prove that I created it and that they were stealing money. My bad. Well, sorry, what was that question again? Because I'm circling back to it.
Well,
Oh, man,
before
I
we
get it,
even
bro.
get to that question, I want to hear this. I want to
No,
hear
no.
where you're
What
going
was
right
it though?
now.
Because I was circling
Oh,
back to answering it.
well, I was wondering if you had a favorite story or
Yeah.
memory of
Okay.
you and Pumpkinhead.
So
Well, that definitely
after,
wasn't the favorite one.
yeah, no. Like after all that
No
had
disrespect,
happened,
but that was yeah.
no, look. After all that had happened, um, what was funny was my partners were still communicating with each other via our company email, so I could see all of the emails.
Oh
So I could
boy,
see everybody who was talking shit.
shit.
And Pumpkinhead was hella sticking up for me. I mean, it wasn't like everyone was talking shit. There were people like mad at Lush. There were people mad at Direct. There were people mad at me.
Right.
Pumpkinhead always stuck by my side.
It
Pumpkinhead
was just
helped
the
me.
general gossip basically going on then, like a chat kind of thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
basically when we did our Rock the Bells tour, I spent the West Coast period with Direct, and I spent the East Coast period with Lush. We
Okay.
just how our schedules were working.
Right.
And in each time that I had spent alone with them, I had a talk with them about our finances. And I said, hey, I noticed so and so sponsorship money is missing that you are in control of. Tell me what happened. And the story was always the sponsorship money came in, I used it to do whatever for myself. And the response was, okay, well, the next few events that we do, like you need to come up with that. Like we need to take out of your pay from these events.
So
Lush one, oh,
You saying Pumpkinhead stuck up for you in those moments?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, because what I did was I opened the books. Like Pumpkinhead actually flew down here to Orlando to do an event, and I opened up the books, I opened up everything, and I had him take a look, and I said, look, this is what's going on behind the scenes. Like this is everything. And when he saw that, that was it. PH, he was there to the end. Like the dude was there to the end, and I love the dude for that. Like he's a real ass guy. Like I'll never have anything bad to say about him. And he didn't care about people leaving Grind Time or when people didn't like it or when people were talking shit. This was at the time when URL had opened up their league and they were starting to take over, and they paid Poison Pen. They took away our guy, our New York chapter president, to throw shows, and it kind of killed off Grind Time in New York. Like that's what really happened up there, like when he took over. But PH, he always stuck up for me and defended me. And so does Poison Pen. He still does to this day. But yeah, man, I love that guy for that. That my favorite story of him isn't from him battling. It's from him actually like being a
Being a
real
real
ass.
motherfucker, yeah. Yeah.
And I met him at Scribble Jam. I'm the one that brought him into Grind Time now. The whole reason I brought him into Grind Time was because I'd see him at Scribble Jam because he was a respected MC. I had a merch booth right next to him. So I spent a whole festival next to the dude, and that's when we started building. And that, like, the last year that Scribble Jam was open was the first year that Grind Time was out and it was like going viral. So like we had already had, other than I battled at Scribble Jam from 2003 all the way up to 2008, I think. I don't think I missed a year. I think I went every single year.
Yeah, I saw you every year there. We always
Yeah.
said what's up. I saw you every
Yep.
year.
So like I made it a point to go there. So I mean, that dude has always had my respect, but like my favorite moment is just when you see how people like really are, there's that moment where you get either like turned on to someone and be like, yo, that's my homie, I fucking rock with that person, that's a real ass person. Or if somebody says something where you're just like, man, that person's kind of iffy, I gotta watch that dude. Like,
Yeah.
And I hate meeting people who are like legendary and you leave with that. So he definitely left me with the
Always
impression of like,
disappointing.
I can trust this dude, you know?
Yeah, that's
P-
good
yeah,
shit, man.
PH was always cool, man. I mean, you know, we got a couple
Yeah,
joints that we had
blessed.
ended up doing together, and I actually was at his last birthday party at Paper Rock in Brooklyn, because I was out there shooting a music video, and I had saw that Pumpkinhead's birth. It was supposed to be a show, and then and then the show fell through. So he was like, "Well, I got this date already. I'm just gonna make it my birthday show, and it's on my actual birthday anyway." So,
Yeah.
like, mad people were there, man. Like Pac FM was there, Diabolic was there.
Diabolic was dope, man.
Yeah, there was tons of people in the house for that, but it was just his homies. It wasn't like a big like crazy show, but it was like just his homies. And I remember pulling up, and he was like, "Danku, what's up, bro?" And he just let me come in and kick it for his birthday party and shit. It was super
Dude,
cool.
Diabolic saved us from getting arrested in Minneapolis.
Oh shit. For real.
We were performing, they were doing a anti-Columbus Day with a bunch of natives,
Oh,
and it
that's
was
fucking hilarious in
Guerrilla
itself.
Republic, you know, so they brought us out, Guerrilla Republic. We did a tour. It was me, Diabolic, and Poison Pen, and a bunch of Guerrilla Republic members and some like local Wawate Benes. We're performing in Minneapolis, and Diabolic's one of the headliners, and the natives see a white dude and they don't fucking like him. He says some shit and then he chucked his beer bottle at the ground in the stage in front, and it broke next to this lady. And she had this big old like arena. You know how you go to the stadium and they give you those big old cups of beer? She had like one of those, and she straight walked up to the stage, bam, throws it splash all over him, and a fucking riot inside of the club just breaks out. People are
Oh, fuck.
fighting. These like native chicks are like trying to get at him, and we go out the side.
That's usually some burly chicks. So that's
Yo, it
rough.
was wild. It was super wild.
I'm just saying.
We
That's
we
usually
got we
they
like
can
went
usually
out the
fight.
side door in the alleyway and got into the car, and they were like trying to come and like
What I
fuck with
say.
us. And so
They
the
can usually
cops
fight.
come. Yo, the cops come and they're ready to like fuck with us. And Diabolic's like, yo, man, let me try to talk to them. Diabolic gets out and he straight talks to the cops, and he's like, oh, sorry, officer, these people are causing a disturbance. He just knows how to talk to them. And they're like, oh, all right. And they let us go. They let us go down the street. We get out of there. Yo,
It's
Diabolic.
That
Yeah,
sounds like some
man.
shit I do,
that's
goddammit.
crazy, but you know what's funny about that, and it plays true to so many things, because I had a similar experience happen when me and all my homies, like, John Doe was there, RIP to John
Rest in
Doe,
peace.
and then like my homie Jose was shooting his video, and we're out in like some nice area, right, shooting a video, because there was like this barn that had burned down, like, out there, and I thought it would be a dope landscape to shoot a music video at. So we roll out there. I mean, I'm like the only white dude with all these homies, right? And we start shooting a video, and like these two fucking cop trucks pull up, right? And like I just remember I talked to both of the cops, and they let us finish shooting. And I remember when we were done shooting, my homies, we were on the car together, and they're like, damn, Deku, if you weren't here, I'm pretty sure we would have got thrown in jail and shit. And I was like, that's so fucked up, bro. It's so fucked up, but it's so
Yeah.
real with
And y'all were
with
and y'all were
now.
outskirts of Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah, suburb
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yep.
somewhere you shouldn't be.
They actually asked us if we were the ones that burned down the barn.
I'm sure they did.
I was like, bro, why would we
When you
come
hit him with
back?
the Jedi, like, no.
Welcome to my world, motherfucker. No, I'm just
Why would we come back to shoot a video at a barn that we
I'm just
burned
playing,
down? Like, why would we even do that?
I mean,
Like, that's the
actually,
dumb-
that's funny you say that because in today's world, that's exactly what you would see on some influencers channel. One day they burn the bar down or burn down, the
Yeah.
next day they shooting a video at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we burnt this down yesterday so we could shoot the video today. Tune in live at 5. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. Oh man. This always happens when I have somebody on here, that I know, like, and that's super cool and has a lot of things to say. Is that we could talk for probably like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? But
How long has it been?
it's been like an hour and a half. I mean, we haven't really
okay.
we haven't really dragged many episodes out that long.
Just started talking.
We just
Yeah, I
started
mean,
talking.
shit.
But I don't want to keep you super long. It is what it is. And you've definitely given a lot of information. We've had a lot of conversation already. We've talked battles. We've talked about your project that you're putting in motion, which is super dope. It was dope to hear about that, and I hope that definitely is successful because I think it's a
Thank you.
super dope idea, especially to help up and coming artists. Yeah, I think it's super dope, and I think it's super dope that you basically brought. I mean, you're basically the reason why we have battle leagues around the whole fucking world right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're behind that, and I think that's super dope. Even though it's not really my thing, like I said, like acapella battles ain't really my thing. I love the old school.
Ain't nobody ask you.
Hey,
No,
settle down, settle down over there. Yeah,
I'm just talking shit.
it's not really my thing, but I think it's dope. I do think it's dope. I've watched some cool battles. I couldn't even tell you what my favorite one is. I definitely liked when Thesaurus and Ilmac went at each other's neck. That was I enjoyed that. It was nice.
Have the other guys, y'all haven't seen my battle, huh?
I actually think I might
You
have seen a couple of them when you
haven't
mentioned
seen what,
Scribble
any of his
Jam. I
battles?
went through and I watched a
I don't
lot
know.
of those.
I would say I don't know because I've seen so many. I probably have seen you and you look familiar, and I probably have seen you. I know some of what you've done through shit Danku has shared with me or shared in general.
I
And
think
I've
I think
probably
like
seen you, but I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I've seen this battle and that battle. No, I can't say that. No.
one of the last written battles that I did was Illz versus 2 Major. If you look that up, you can kind of see like, okay, this is what this dude was doing compared to who was around. You know what I mean? Because like I literally just stepped out of not battling for 9 years into that, so you can kind of see like, all right, this is what this dude was about. You know what I'm saying? So check it out, man. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Before we let you roll out for the evening, can you tell me what your favorite battle that you ever had at Scribble Jam is?
That's a tough one because I know the ones in the prelims, I was like a monster. Some of the earlier dudes in the prelims, I was wiping them, and then I wanna say that year that you were there, that I had won the prelims and I had a good run on the main stage. My favorite battle happened like, that's tough, bro. I can't ever pinpoint these because it's like a collective feeling, you know, like the experience of it all. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. What I really like the most is first round battles when the other people don't know who you are and they go first, and it's like, dog, I'm gonna wipe you. I started paying attention to how Kevin Beecham was handing the microphone over. He always handed it to one side, and then on the next match, he handed it to the next side. So I made sure I was on the side that went second. I know a lot of cats didn't pick up
Oh
on
wow.
that.
Oh
I'm
no,
paying
that's smart.
attention.
No, that's some smart
Yeah.
shit right there.
So I always made sure that I try to go second. So I always paid attention, like, how are they handing off the mic? How are they doing it? That way I make sure I either stay way far away for, like, sometimes they would do stuff in tournaments where, like, yo, first to grab the mic, first to go, or if you don't both grab it, you get disqualified. So I would just stand on the very side of the stage and be like,
So
all
you
right,
always
we're gonna
wanted to
go.
go. Wait, so you always want to go second?
Yeah,
Me too.
hell yeah.
Everyone wants to go second.
Yeah.
I want to
Some
rebuttal.
people,
I
some
can.
people want to get their shit off. Some people want to go first because
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, but the rebuttals in freestyle battles is where
Yeah, I
it's at.
know. I agree. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I was
Because, like,
asking.
I'm gonna wait.
Fucking
Like, I
question.
want to take the line that you said that got the most reaction. That's what I'm rebuttaling. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a piece of that. So
Yeah.
you're just helping me out, and I'm ending it. Like it's hard to beat somebody that can do that. Like, unless you just straight come out with punches and punches and punches.
Well, some people do, and that's why I was asking the question because that happens too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some people don't need that; they just be like, whatever, and
Yeah,
go do their thing.
Kid Twist used pre-writtens against me
Who?
when I battled him. He said lines
Ooh.
that I heard 2 years later in a written battle towards me.
Hey man, that happens all the time in stand-up comedy, man. It ain't a big deal.
Well, it is when you lose, because that's
Yeah.
who I
I'm just
lost
playing,
to.
man.
It
I'm
is
just
when
playing.
you
I'm playing.
lose and then you
I'm
see
playing.
it later, like he used those exact lines against
No,
me
dog, I'm joking. I'm
in
joking.
a
Relax.
freestyle battle. In a freestyle
That's somebody that I
battle.
wanted to battle that I never got to battle. I thought he was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, he was dope. He was definitely dope. I mean, he was only there that last year, and that's when I battled him. That's when I those are some of my favorite battles that I had, man. Like in those in that prelim that last year.
Yeah, man.
Because I battled him and I battled this dude Al P, like an Asian dude, and I'll never forget the line I said against him. I said it was like Al P on stage. You reckon who? Why I got to battle an extra from Rambo 2 and the whole crowd just fucking lost their shit.
So the Asian dude Al P, he ended up battling in Grind Time.
Oh, shit, this is great.
Now what happened with that guy is him and another guy, they went to South Korea and they did some sort of America's Got Talent thing where they did some like really corny ass shit, and they like blew up for a hot little minute.
Oh shit.
They were like celebrity status, like blowing up, doing viral ass shit, and they had this manager that was putting them all over the place. And yeah, but I don't know what the fuck happened to him after that. But yeah, he turned into some like Korean like comedy type of person.
Wow. Danko, you were 2 degrees of separation away from Filipino, Filipino fame, man. Filipino fame.
Well, you know what else is crazy is you remember 360, right, from Australian League? Right?
Yeah.
So 360 was in my rap like battle message board.
I'm still laughing at the
back in the
Filipino
day,
dude.
right? He was in my message board crew, like battle crew back in the day. Like we used to have this thing, and we've been cool since then. And when I saw him battling, I thought it was crazy. Like he's doing live battles now. And you know what happened to that dude? He's like famous in Australia. Like that dude's like commercially famous. Like he like was on the Australian Rolling Stone magazine and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like that dude like super blew up.
The Rolling Stone.
Yeah. He went platinum in he went platinum in Australia, and he was doing festivals, and
Yeah.
we did this one battle at a festival in Sydney called Big Day at the Park, and 360 performed, and he literally had to run to the back of the stage because he had a whole mob of like girls chasing him.
Oh,
Like
shit.
dude's a legit celebrity. Like he opened up for like Lady Gaga and Eminem when they went on tour in Australia. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's like that, yeah.
yeah, he's big over there.
From Melbourne to Sydney. You know what I mean? Nah, yo, y'all saying all these good stories. I'm waiting for y'all to be like, yo, remember the dude who got indicted for killing his wife and or whatever? You know what I mean, like, I'm waiting for y'all to say one bad story about an MC that went off the rails. Like, yo, remember that motherfucker that had the meth problem and killed like 3 dudes? Y'all ain't got none of those? Like, can we get one of
I
those?
don't have none of those.
I don't think anybody ever like went and did something
I'm
really
just
super.
playing. I'm just playing.
Not to my knowledge.
I'm totally joking, man. I don't want to hear that shit anyway. I'm
But
just
yes,
fucking around.
Illz, this has been dope, man. I
Yeah.
thank you for coming on the Cypha Den Chat podcast. Much love to all the people that tuned in. And the repost will be Friday. We'll definitely get some clips together. I'll probably hit you up and ask for like a promo shout to also
All
help
right.
with promotion of it. You know, what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, man. Hey, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Likewise. It's great to meet
you,
y'all.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So everybody out there, this has been Cypha Den Chat. I'm your host, Tayamu Denku, Rambunctious, Pestilence, and we had special guest MADD Illz all the way from Orlando, Florida this evening. It's been dope. Lots of stories, lots of information. I hope y'all tuned in and had a good
O-Town.
time.
They call it O-Town or something like that, right?
Ozone.
Ozone.
Oh, that's what it is. Ozone. My bad.
Yeah. So much love to everybody, man. Cypha Den Chat. We're out of here. Peace.
Y'all take care.
Peace. All right, dog. One.